If you're keeping track, there's still room to get into the Boilermaker.
I can't believe it.
Yeah. You know what happens, I think, is that all the stuff gets promoted. Everybody thinks it's going to sell out immediately, and they think, I missed it. I can't get in. How am I going to get in? And there are still about 900 slots open. I mean, and think about that. That's 13,100 people have registered around the Boilermaker right now.
Yeah.
But that means there's about 900 slots open. In the studio from the Beef Council is Cindy Chan Phillips, and you are one of them, right?
Yes. I've always worked and I will always be working at the Boilermaker Health Expo. So I never thought about running. But this year, I registered to run on Sunday for the first time.
That's awesome. You're going to do the full 15K?
No, I think I'm going to try with 5K.
The 5K.
Yes, and I'll be running with my twin sons. They are veteran runners. But they already told me, Mom, we're not going to wait for you. Is that okay?
Yeah. I think that what they should do, this would be my suggestion, is they should run forward and then loop back around. Just keep looping around if need be.
Out of respect.
Yeah.
I just want to have that photo op, me linking arms with my two sons, but I don't think that's going to happen.
Well, I'm sure you should do it in the beginning.
While you're waiting in line.
Yeah, there you go.
You could
good advice.
Do a fake picture or something.
Yes.
So, and there are 459 slots left open in the 5K.
Yes.
So there's room to still get in.
I want to offer congratulations to all of those runners who register.
Yeah.
And particularly the first-time runners like myself.
Well, and you're somebody who's in really good shape. And I think you're making a very good decision by doing just the 5K.
Yes. Well, what was holding me back is because I have to work very long hours on the at the expo, the weekend leading up to it. So I was worried about my lack of rest and everything, but I'm just going to do my best and do it.
Well, at the table and at the race course, you don't want to bite off more than you can chew. So this is a good start, and then maybe next year, if you want to, you can do the 15.
Thank you very much.
Yeah,
and I think
like
the message of the moderation really applies to everything. With the weather getting warmer, don't you feel that there's almost like a time to turn a new leaf?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Spring cleaning.
My leaf's been turning for years. I just keep flipping it over. It's just,
what's under this leaf?
Yeah.
Ooh, cheesecake. Look at that.
Look at that. Man, interesting.
You crack me up.
If the leaf is actually a good sturdy leaf, you can use it as a fork. Take care of that cheesecake once and for all.
Well, hopefully, this time when you turn over the leaf, you see some colorful fruits and vegetables, and some great recipes that you can't wait to try at home. Nothing wrong with a lot of us still will be doing a lot of slow cooking, which is a very convenient way to get our dinners together in the winter. Okay, keep that. But,
sure.
It's time in the springtime, try something lighter, recipes, lighter ways. And so I think kind of the springtime nutrition makeover, we don't have to get too carried away. But, just think about several key things in mind.
Yeah.
Number one, really do watch our added sugar. I know in the winter we're cold, we just feel like we need to have the added calories. Nothing wrong with that.
There's a lot of sugar and things. You really should. I mean, it's one thing to look for the fat. We've been trained to look for the fat, but in there also on the side of the little package is the number of sugars. So on average, what should you have? What is okay when you consume something? What number is good?
Well, all through the day, according to the Dietary Guidelines for Americans, the latest edition, we're recommended to keep our added sugar intake to less than 10% of our calories, which translates to about 12 teaspoons total from all kinds of food that you are consuming.
Which could include fruits.
Actually, that's added sugar. So let me make the one distinction, clarify. Added sugars are sugars that are added in a processing that are not natural.
So whether you're adding it on or it's already in your whatever food that you're
correct.
You're
For
eating.
example, when you turn around the package, in the nutrition label, you obviously look for sugar. If sugar is in the ingredient list, that's added sugar.
Got it. Okay.
Right, and but also other names such as high fructose corn syrup and cane juice, honey. Those are all added sugar added to the food.
What do you think of some of these, like stevia or whatever that is, and some of these others that are natural sweeteners that are no-calorie natural sweeteners.
Right. Those are called those are one category of what we call sugar substitutes.
Okay.
Those are artificial sweeteners. They deliver the sweetness without the calories. Or another term they go by are the low-calorie and non-caloric.
But they make it seem like it's a leaf. Is it?
It is from a native plant.
Okay.
Yes. So therefore, a lot of people regard that as natural. But nonetheless, there are other types of artificial sweeteners that give you the sweetening taste without the calories.
Right.
And then research have shown that they can be an effective tool in helping people keep their blood sugar at a steady level, particularly for those people who have to really watch their sugar intake.
Like you could add honey.
Or you can add
fruit.
honey. Right.
Yeah.
So fruit is it's a very natural food. So one thing you bring up a very good point. When you have to eat something sweet, why not eat something sweet that also give you the nutrition as well? So if you eat an apple or banana or orange, you have the fiber, you have the vitamin C, you have other antioxidants along with the natural sugar.
Yeah.
Just something to think about.
I do. I'm on my Cheerios, skim milk, and bananas kick. I kind of like that, and it adds a little sweetness to it. And are
Yes.
bananas good for you? Though I heard bananas might not be all that good for you.
Well, all food can be part of a healthy diet. If you are nothing in the morning to end, nothing but just fruit, you can be too much.
Right.
I think the recommended portions is about 4 to 5 servings in a day for fruit.
There's a lot of carbs in bananas, so if you eat like 4 of them, probably it's too
well.
many.
And I tend to be one of those that's like, oh, did you say bananas are good for you? Let me get 6 bushels. And what are you eating now? I'm eating another banana.
No, but
Bananas all over the place.
now that is something I'm just really glad that you bring that up.
Yeah.
I know we kind of laugh at ourselves,
Right.
but it's very, very important for all of us to keep in mind. I think we really need to bring back variety and moderation. And then a lot of time you hear a lot of headlines, something is good for you, particularly the term superfood. And I'm a little bit I don't know how to look at that term because that really connotates that you should eat that and only that and nothing else. And I think variety is key. I think we are kind of running away from the variety.
Yeah.
And Christine was telling me that she ran into my coworker at a donut store.
Thank you for revealing that. Yes.
Whoa, Christine.
I went to Daylight Donuts on Saturday for a little treat, a little
Understood.
dozen.
I told her that I too, if you went on Sunday, you saw
Yeah.
me, you would see me with my husband and
Yeah.
my mother. But all things food in a
Yeah.
healthy diet, right, Jeff?
You're absolutely right, and not that I'm wanting to give anybody advice on this, but let me ask you a question. I'm a little under the weather today. It's going around, But so anyway, on my way in, I stop. I grab a Claritin and an orange juice because I thought my vitamin C. You're good with that?
I'm good with that. Number one, the orange juice gives you the fluid that you desperately need to get yourself out of that condition. And also it does have extra vitamin C. So the fluid and the vitamin C. Now, however, do I recommend that anybody drink a lot of juice?
Well, so I knew this situation where the child was very picky and would only consume juicy juice. So no milk, no nothing else but juicy juice. And probably a couple, 2 or 3 containers of juicy juice a day. Not good.
No.
Yeah.
According to the Academy of Pediatric Association,
Yeah.
I'm probably not getting the organization's name right. I apologize. They recommend that no more than 6 ounces of natural juice, even for toddlers and babies.
'Cause that's just filled. I mean, it's concentrated. It's filled with sugar.
It is natural. It's not added, but it's still sugar. So it's something in moderation. What I would recommend parents is really train your kids to eat from natural fruit. Nature is funny. I heard this from a endocrinologist, a professor. And he said nature provides you with the natural food.
Yeah.
Yes, it does have sugar, but it also has the fiber that reduce your risk of chronic diseases. It's almost like it has the, the good and the sugar to all combine into
the yin
one.
and the yang.
The yin and the yang, thank you. And we are recommended to really eat the whole fruit. That's the reason why.
Yeah, when was the last time you saw a fat goat, right? Oh, actually, they are kind of fat for some reason. How do goats get fat? That's a very good question.
Elephants, too. They're
Yeah,
vegetarian.
what is up with that? They're just eating a bunch of roughage out there.
Yeah, well, they have
it's
big
a crazy
bones,
world.
and they're
It's
very
big boned.
muscular.
Right, that's right. I've been described that. You're big boned. Well, that's awesome.
It's
Thank
interesting.
You so much.
In nature, you do see a lot of carnivores animals
Yeah.
that can be lean. And then quite the opposite.
Right,
so,
for the ones that go after the just the greenery stuff. So,
Yes.
Yeah. All right. Okay. So one other quick thing. I'm again. This goes back to this where I'm. I may be learning. I'm trying. But I would get on this kick where it's like, okay, don't drink whole milk, drink skim milk. Okay. So I would then have 6 or 7 big tall glasses of skim milk every day. But you don't realize that there's also sugar in natural sugars, but there's sugar in that milk. So you could have too much of a good thing.
The difference between skim milk 1%, 2%, and whole milk is the fat
Right.
content. So
Yeah.
it gives you a little bit of calorie advantage if you go for the skim milk. But in terms of the lactose, the natural milk sugar, it's pretty much the
Yes,
same.
if you
right?
drink too much of it, it will have a reverse effect on your weight loss process.
Anything,
Anything,
too much
of anything.
of
Yeah.
anything.
Yeah.
All of Bill's stories were like, oh, I wanted to buy this. This was good for me. So I bought 6 or
That's
7.
the problem, right? That is my problem. And I'm
Yeah.
sure the Oreos I did with the skim milk probably were a problem as well. But still, it was better off having an Oreo or 2 with the skim milk as opposed to whole milk.
Bill, you would be surprised if you really slow down and really think about that.
Yeah.
I think your taste repertoire is wider than you think. And I think a lot of time is our habit.
Right.
We are just going into this pattern of, in your case, it could
Yep.
be skim milk. This is what you reach for. But if you kind of step back and then plan ahead and to really bring variety in your pantry.
Planning ahead is
Right.
important.
For
yeah.
example, getting to the springtime nutrition, why not now clean your kitchen counter and then get out a beautiful platter and fill the platter with beautiful, colorful fruit. You
All
come
right.
home, you see
I will
that.
do that. Especially fruits you don't know what they are. Sometimes that's kind of neat, trying different fruits. You can go to the grocery store and find these weird fruits that you've never seen before.
I love that.
What the hell is that? What
we
is
do that every once in a while.
Yeah.
If we don't know what it is, we'll buy it.
Buy it
Yeah.
just
Look
to
it
try
up.
it. Yeah.
Yes. Now these days, transportation made it easier for
Right.
us to try imported fruit
Yeah.
that normally will be out of the seasons.
So you got to try that.
You got to try that.
All right, website for you guys. You have a lot of very healthy things on your website.
We do. The mission of New York Beef Council is to enhance consumers' lives by connecting them with a quality protein
Yeah.
beef. So go to our website, www.nybeef.org. Particularly check out those no salt, salt-free seasoning and spices on our website.
And be looking for Cindy as she's running in the Boilermaker this year. Congratulations.
Yes, you won't find me in the front of the pack.
She'll be there somewhere.
I need a lot of cheering on, please.
She'll be locked to her kids.
come
her
on,
twin,
Cindy, you can do
twin
it.
Kids, yeah. All right, nice job, Cindy. Thank you.
Thank you.
Quick break. We'll come right back at WIBX.